Bull here at the San Antonio, Texas first regional post-ban list. My goodness, with the world. Welcome back to the channel. Please introduce yourself to the world.
Hello, Bortle. Brandon Bain.
Sweet. What deck did you use, man?
Had a bit more of a boring deck than usual on the channel. Played Ritual Beast.
Ritual Beast. Hey, that deck's pretty spicy. I think it cooked me in Swiss.
It's a good deck when it works, yeah.
Sweet. What made you decide to play the deck for the event?
The lore to that is at Nats, I was very sold we were going to get a ban list like right before Nats. And with that being the case, I knew Beatrice was going to go. So I've been playing. So outside of every other list I've done on this profile, every other time I played has been Tier. That was like my favorite deck. And like I said, I was very sold that we were just going to get a list and it was going to hit Beatrice. And I just don't think Tiers are playable without Beatrice. It's not worth playing to me. But this card is Kick Callus for Ritual Beast, and it plays under Shifter, so what more could I ask for?
Before we see the goo, any shoutouts?
First and foremost, shout out goes out to Jack. He drives me to like all these regionals and Nats and everything. Like he deserves a shout out. He literally drives me everywhere. You know, takes care of a lot of costs. Like he doesn't even have to, but he does. So definitely most deserving shout out goes out to him. And then the other shout out would go out to Heroes, mainly Pete, John, and Anna. They keep it down at Heroes, so that's where I farm locals mostly.
There you go. Well, without further ado, please show us the top of your goo.
Yeah. So it's Ritual Beast. Most of it's like pretty standard. So 3 Lara, 3 Elder, 3 Candlehawk, 3 Pengu. You're gonna see this in pretty much every list. Like you have to play 3 of those. These cards are just too important. And then for the one-ofs, so these 4 are mandatory. You cannot play the deck without these 4. I decided to play Petalfin. I think it's really good against like rogue decks that specifically are not like Fiendsmith like Yubel. And even against like Fiendsmith Yubel, worst case scenario, this has to eat up a negate. So against like Phantom Yubel, the Xyz, Rage, like they have to interact with this card whether they like to or not. So worst case scenario, it's gonna eat up something that you don't want to deal with. But even that, like the saving grace of the card is a level 4. That's like the best thing going for it. And I guess you don't like lose the the Dogwood because it's a 0, so you can just summon this and they lose Afterlife. And then 3 Inheritance, 1 Steeds. I draw this card way too much. I also draw this card way too much. Both these cards are glued to our hands and you want to summon and search them. But regardless, 3 Inheritance, it's important to just see consistency, do the same thing over and over again. Especially now that Pot got hit, I think you just have to play 3 of this. And yeah. And that was it for like the Ritual Beast stuff. Honorary Ritual Beast card, the 3 E-Telly. This card is very good. Open it a lot of times and can't complain. And that was it for like all the Ritual Beast section of the deck. The rest of that, fun part. So Nemesis, Flag, Corridor, Protoss. Yeah, people have their thoughts on these cards. This card is not good blind. I mean, I don't know. I never liked it blindly unless I like genuinely knew what you were playing. This card, I think, is broken. Colossus thing is just crazy. It's drawing legs. And I think it was really good last format. It's really good this format. I think every time Colossus sticks and it just stays, like you just win the game. And then Protoss, like, same concept. Like you just go second. If you get to this point, like you're probably already winning. So there is an argument you could side this, but I don't know. I think it's good enough just for the versatility of game 1 and 2. You can just search this going second, just like blow up their board. And then the rest is all just non-engine. So Callby should be in everyone's deck. This card is actually just unfair. It should be banned. 3 Book of Eclipse. I think this card is more mandatory than ever because Valor and Imperm are just really popular. So you can like Book of Eclipse your own stuff. It resolves, and then like it's purple card mechanics. You can still work with your own face down cards. Yeah. So just makes too much sense. Plus like best case scenario could just be a board breaker. Like round 1 play against like Cash. This board wasn't like too much, but it was like 3 names. I just booked the whole board and I just like did my combo.
My goodness.
Yeah. And then of course the fun hand trap that everybody loves. 3 Shifter. Honestly, dude, I didn't draw this as much, but this got dropped on me a few times, and that was great.
Oh yeah, I dropped it on you.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like the card's an SR Evil, unfortunately, and I hate this card. Trust me, I hate this card fundamentally because I love Tier, but the card has to exist in the game. It checks too much. Like I could not imagine a game without this card. It'd kind of be terrifying. And then I decided to play Ash and Imperm. A lot of people play board breakers. I understand like these sometimes aren't enough, but 1-for-1 trades are really good into formats where people expect like big impact hand traps. Plus, again, versatility of game 1s and 2s. I can go first, set up a board. These are still impactful, where like Dark Ruler and Evil just don't do much if you go first. So yeah, and that was it for the main deck. It was 40.
40?
Yeah.
Perfect 40, let's go.
For everybody. And the for the extra deck, so 2 Ritual Beast, Ulti Kick Hallows. 2 Ritual Beasts, Ulti Nochi Draco, 1 Ulti Apelio, 1 Ulti Guy Apelio. I think this is definitely necessary. 2 of this is definitely necessary. I played 1 in the past, but 2 just comes up a lot more for grind games aspects, and then you have to play 2 of this for some of the combos, mainly Renpegu. And then just 1 of this. I don't really think you have to play multiples of these as long as you're pretty cautious with the resources, because it just puts itself back. I did decide to play 1 of this. There's an argument to play 2. Probably, I guess, like what would come up more is to play 2 of this, but like a safety net is play 2 of this. Because like outside of these 3 psychics, if you have another psychic, it's really convenient for the Rampengu to dump the Laura. But I don't know, you don't have to. You can live with just 1 of each. But I'd be lying if I, said that a second either of these didn't come up throughout the day. But again, that's just kind of like if you play it well, you should be fine. It's just kind of playing your cards correctly. Then Banshee package, Colossus, Banshee. Yeah, this card's broken. Like I can't believe people didn't like play this last. At least they didn't main it last format. It's so broken. I played Baguska. This is to help deal with Droll, Lockbird, and Charmy. I just not only that, there's a really cool interaction that you can do with Inheritance. So if you summon 2 names, you can switch this back to defense in case you don't kill them. Or like I've randomly had it come up at locals where someone econned mine into attack position, then I could tag out and then I just put it back in defense. So that was actually pretty nice. And then for the links, so Link Spider, I will respect Nibiru. So I played this card. This card, in all honesty, is not, you don't have to play this card. I just wanted to try it out today. It's just convenient because it lets you save your SP Knight while kind of contributing to the same effect. What it actually does, you target a monster on anywhere on the board that can target itself. You banish monster from grave with 2,000 or less attack, and then whatever you target becomes that attack which you banished. So, mainly what you're gonna do is like summon this, banish this, boost itself, and it's a cost to banish it. So then this comes back because you have the flag and you go into Link 4. But it also can come up because you can like save your Ritual Beast effects, and you can actually banish your Laura. It's 100, so you make your opponent's monster 100 attack, and then this can trigger to E-tell your name. So that is pretty convenient. But again, in all honesty, if you don't want to play this, you don't have to. And then IP, SP, just cards. I never summoned this once today. Never ended my board on it once today, but for some of the combos, you do need it. So I wouldn't want to play without it. And then that was the extra deck, 15. Side deck, I played Cowboy, rather be safe than sorry. Did not come up. You really should not need this. Oscados, this is what you side up for Potos for Tenpai. The reason being is that it's easier to summon. It lets you do your Guy Pelio combos and before in your Apple combos like more freely, and it's a dragon, so you never run out of fodder. This body is, so even if they dogwood you, you're always gonna have a dragon to call. And like you will just beat them down eventually and they just cannot play the game. And then I cited Droll, Nib. I know some people probably don't agree, probably should just main this, but I wanted to rather be safe than sorry, so it was like a safety net type thing. Nib, I don't know. I didn't really cite it much today, but granted, I don't know. My matchups are kind of awkward. Droll was very okay. When I saw it, like it did its job, but I kind of kept getting talanced, so that was a bit frustrating. And then for back row, just played Harpies, 3 Cosmics. Don't want to deal with it. And then last card, the card I really like, is 3 Dark Ruler. Turns out boards, and better have something to make your Desiree work with this.
Well, hey man, congrats on top 8 again.
Thank you.
Sweet. Until next time, everyone. Oh, Bortle out.